Hey guys, what is up? Jeff here for One Fish, Two Fish. Today we are going to give you guys the before, and then in the next couple of weeks we're going to give you the after, the full store tour video with our new camera, our new lens, all the new fun stuff that we have wasted some money on. And a couple of changes that we've done at the store, see what you guys' thoughts are. We've actually got a lot of stuff going on right now, so that's why I thought it would be a good time to actually pick up the camera and do it. Up to, we've got guys building stands, we've got guys painting the walls, we've got a lot of stuff on the go. So we're going to give you guys a quick run through. We won't take all day to do this, we'll give you a quick one. We're not going to spend a lot of time going through all the products. You guys are welcome to go to the website, www.onefishtwofishdartmouth.com. We'll leave a link for that below. That will show you basically everything we have in stock. You can also get notifications on there for stuff that isn't in stock if you want to know when it is coming back in stock. So, with all that said, we're going to do this as if you just walked in the store. For some of you, there's a lot of new subscribers on the channel lately, so we're just going to show you guys some new stuff that we've got on the go. And for some of you that haven't ever actually seen the whole store, it'll be a good walkthrough. So you walk in, this is your initial view. There's only one tank that you can actually see when you walk in the door. It's actually a very weird that all we do is fish, and when you walk in, you actually only can see one fish tank. We get a lot when people come in and then actually do a lap around. The comment is always, I had no idea it was this big. So when you walk in, you can kind of see, so this is our front counter. As any of you know that has followed these channels before, I hate our counter. It was, you can kind of see the bottom, it was here when we got here. For us to have moved it, and we should have, I cheaped out and I just didn't. It was in place, so we would have had to redo all the floor and everything. The front counter was actually full of, not chalkboard, but whiteboard. It was just stuff that we had put on to, we would put specials. The problem with it, as you can tell, that is after about a week. We just weren't able to get it cleaned up. We weren't able to actually clean it up good enough to sort of make it of any use. So when you walk in, obviously 750 tank kits. So this is actually, will be new for most of you guys. So we just actually put this wall up in the last week to 10 days. So the way this used to be, on the floor starting here, we would have a couple of tanks, and you know, like for the marina, let's say the 20 and then the 10 and then the 5, you know, they would just be sitting on top of each other. A whole bunch of downfalls to that. Downfall number one is if you want the 20, you actually have to move the 10 and the 5 to get to it. Downfall number two is the 20 is right on the floor, it's right on the ground, you actually have to, you know, it's a little trickier to pick up than here where you can actually get a grip of it. And then, like I said, it is just a bunch of different tank kits here. We've got our famous caution, we flooded the place yet again sign. So this goes all the way back. Again, tank kits, tank kits. So this is usually loaded up right to the top, and actually much worse, it's usually filled right over. Then there's a bunch here of just stands. Different wooden stands, marine land stands, Sephora stands, Empress, just everything under the sun. And then we've got a bunch of sumps on the go as well. And then sort of back in the corner, we do have another bunch of stands. For the most part, I believe all the marine land ones actually come built. Very convenient for the customer, sort of a pain on our end. It does make it a little trickier to have a spot for all of them, but obviously we make do. We do have a big store here. And then we have 50,000 aquarium stands, everything from the marine land to the Sephora to the Aqueon. You know, everything you can do, a couple of hanging kits. And then we have got the Hamilton, probably the best selling stand just because of the price point. They are a very inexpensive stand. They haven't been in stock forever. I guess the company that makes these is just a big welding company, and this is sort of a side gig for them. So there just kind of hasn't been time to get to these. So a lot of these have been out of stock. They come in sporadically when they come in. They usually go out very quick. And then normally, so this is not how this normally looks. During COVID, everything is not shut down. We are considered an essential service, so we are able to be open. But we do keep everybody. So whenever you walk in here, actually, you would normally have a little gate that goes right across here. It kind of slides through and back here. And we just have it closed off with sort of the rules of the store. You just have to sanitize, you have to wear a mask. Stuff that you guys are probably all used to by this point. And this is actually another part of the store that I very much dislike. The way this is set up. So we have a glass cabinet here that really has nothing in it. You know, a couple odds and ends of just stuff that, just extra stuff. And then we have the bird cage here. You guys have seen videos on Nemo. It's very much, it looks like that area is ours. It looks like, you know, the desk is there, the cash is there. So it does give the impression that you're not allowed in this section. I actually hate that it does that because you're certainly allowed back here. You know, one of the most expensive displays we have is sort of back here. You've got all your Neptune stuff, you've got all your Ecotech stuff, you know, you've got all your Radions, you've got all your NP pumps, the Vortec pumps, you've got your Vector pumps. And then for your Neptune stuff, Apex stuff, you've got your Apex, you've got your Trident, you've got your dosers, you've got all your little gizmos and gadgets, you've got the core pumps, you've got lots of the waves, you've got the brand new Sky LED light, which we're falling in love with. You know, then you've got the Aqua Illumination, AI Primes, usually a much better stock of this currently, the only freshwater ones we have. We sold a ton of the reef ones this month. We actually sold out of them, which never happens. And then we got another one of these black stands, which you're going to see around the store quite a bit. We actually love these things. Very easy to put together. Hold a ton of weight, even hold fish tanks. You'll see in our quarantine system in the back, we use that for fish tanks. So we've got a handful of skimmers here. This is not the only spot where we keep skimmers, but we've got some reefer skimmers, we've got some overflow boxes, some reactors, a bunch of RO stuff, a bunch of just hang on the back, a bunch of hang on the back skimmers, and then just a little odds and ends, you know, some magnets, some float valves, a bunch of little parts for different skimmers, a bunch of parts for filters, O-rings, just that sort of thing here. And then you can actually go back this way, or you can go back this way. And actually, there's even a third version. You can also go through. We used to have a door here. We did open it just on busy days. It does make it helpful to be able to get through. Then our frozen food section. You know, lots and lots and lots and lots. For the most part, we carry Hikari. We do also carry the P.E. Mises brand. Lots of the flats, lots of the cubes. And then we have a little fridge just for beverages for sale, pop water. It was just moved about 10 minutes ago, so it actually doesn't have, it only left the water in it, the pop's not in it. But and then here we have got the messiest spot of the store because it is by far the most used. You know, we've got a couple of garbage bins, we've got all of our Python hoses, and then we have got our monster RO system. We get asked this all the time, how big is our RO system? Because we do sell water, we make a lot of it. Our RO system will do 1,000 gallons a day. And then we have this beautiful thing, which will hold, I believe it's 300 gallons. So for us we always have a ton of water, and I'll show you in the back, we also keep even more than this on hand at any given point. And then again, we've got a bunch more odds and ends. Most of this stuff is bulkhead stuff. Most of it is plumbing. You know, lots of different bulkheads, lots of little frag racks, custom frag racks that we had built. You know, just all little odds and ends stuff. Come this way, and again, when you're walking in here, you've got options. You can kind of go down this one, down here, or over to the decorations. We're going to go through this part really quick because you guys don't need to see. And I'm sure don't care about all of what we actually do stock. You know, lots and lots of food. We carry Northfin. We carry basically the full line of Northfin, the full line of Hikari. Probably 80% of the line of New Life Spectrum. We also carry, this is the only Omega-1 product we carry. It is requested by a couple of people, so we do stock a bit of them. Just the different brands of stuff that they have there. And then we do have some axolotl food, lots of flakes, lots of pellets. This section is then also, we've got our own flakes that we sell that has just everything. Immune boosters, veggie, krill, cichlid flakes, earthworm, brine shrimp. Just basically everything you can think of for flakes, we've got something. And then here we've just got a ton of chemicals, also filters on this section. We do have a bunch of canister filters out here as well. For the canister filters, really the only brands we carry are the Fluville and the Eheim. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Seachem products. Lots and lots. Easily the biggest portion of our store by one company. We are big fans of Seachem. Lots of Seachem stuff. The Aqua Vitro line. We got about 50% of that. It is also a sort of Seachem brand. And then lots of your big bulk stuff in the bottom. And then, you know, we've got all your filter media, all your hang in the back filters. And then on the end, still kind of staying with the theme, the hang in the back filters. The only brands of the filters we actually carry are the sort of the Fluville one, the Aqua Clear hang in the backs, and the Tidal hang in the backs. There is many more varieties of them. It's just it's not ones, let's say, that we have a lot of knowledge with, so we just don't stock them. Anything that we stock, we like to be able to talk about. We like to be able to say it's been used, and that sort of thing. The full line of Hannah stuff, not all of it currently in stock, but most of it is. Then, you know, we've got a bunch of Fritz stuff, some more Seachem. We've got lots of Aqua Forest. We like Aqua Forest. That's actually what we dose in our own tank. A bunch of Saltwater test kits. Lots of test kits in stock. There always is. Red Sea, Aqua Forest, Hannah, Salifert, also some API. And then you just have a bunch of pumps, power heads. We try to do everything sort of in sections. We are running low on high door stuff. It seems like none of my suppliers are actually buying high door anymore. They've been out of stock for quite a while, and they seem to be just disappearing, so we may actually be losing that brand. Lots of Eco Plus stuff, lots of just very basic, simple, very cost-effective filters. Lots of little frag racks if you want to build a little frag garden. You know, we got some black acro racks. We've got some ceramic frag tiles, which are very nice. And then when you get to the back, there's a couple more rows here I'll show you guys. This is our Tropica section. Always is full. We get an order of Tropica every week. So even if you come in on a day and it's not full, it's likely going to be within a couple of days. And then, you know, we have our large planted tanks ourselves. Lots and lots and lots of plants at any given day. You'd never know, but we've probably sold 500 plants in the last couple days. So these things get ridiculously picked through. Lots of floating stuff, lots of Anubis up top. These are all run just by very simple Kessel 160 lights. Now on the other tank we do have these guys here, also a Kessel light, but they are the 360s. Those lights are old. They've been with me for 6 or 7 years now, and they still do the job. So you know, if it's not broke, why fix it? We are having some wiring problems. The controller kind of died on us, but for the most part we can still get them to turn on and do sort of what we want. And all of our plants always look really good. It is one of the biggest compliments we always get. Our planted tanks are we don't usually let our planted tanks run dry. Even when we get down to about 100 or 200 plants in that area, we will top up with like another 500, 600, 700 order. And then our ridiculously ugly saltwater sump for our system. So our system actually runs all together, which is the most cost-effective way you can run saltwater stuff. It gives you much more water. It gives you, you can put a lot more equipment on one setup. Again, I'm not going to try to show you guys all this stuff. I'm just going to give you a once through just to give you an idea of how much coral we have. We just have a bunch of Goniopora that just got caught up. Lots of really nice blastos, 4 or 5 different kinds. Some really nice chalices, some really nice mushrooms. some Anacropora, some really nice stuff in there. Those are all powered by the Neptune Sky LEDs. We have recently actually even switched this tank. This used to have the Ecotech G5s on it, and we have actually recently switched. Nothing against the Ecotech lights, the just ease of use of the skies is just a little easier for us for taking pictures. I could do a little bit more on this tank for you guys because the lights are all off, or not the lights, all the pumps and everything are off on this tank. You want to see something horrible? Oh, look, the light's in the way here. Let me see if I can show you guys. This is a couple of torches that just came in that were freezing. The water was freezing on them when they got here. Just no real chance of survival they had. They're going to be coming out in the next very short period of time. A lot of this stuff, obviously, you can tell none of it's moving. This is a tank we're cutting right now, doing some fragging and that sort of thing. Some nice elegance in the back there, some nice brains. Again, guys, I don't have any lenses or anything on this camera right now. So I know a lot of the pictures are not going to pop the way they're supposed to, but some really nice SPS stuff that we have just brought in. There's a handful here that are just grow out pieces for us. That this is sort of what we're doing right now. And then this section here is just, again, another bunch of different Saltwater test kits, API test kits. The Master test kit, probably one of the most popular ones we sell. Just it does have everything at a very good price point. Lots of different air pumps. We stock 6 or 7 of each of every different kind. Lots of big pond pumps. Not a lot of stock for that, obviously. We are in the sort of dead of winter here. Tons of decorations, tons and tons of decorations always. This is about maybe a fifth of what we actually have for decorations. Lots of SpongeBob for the kiddies. Some Star Wars stuff. This shocks me how many of these we have sold and to what spots we've sent these. We are Far East Canada. We've sent these to Australia. Lots of different cichlid stones. And then huge selection of wood. Again, you're going to see wood throughout a lot of this store. There is a ton of it around. We were by far anywhere short of 500 miles from where we are. Our selection of decorations, wood, rock, is off the chart. We always stock a ton of it. And even now we've got another order of wood on the way because after X amount of days we always do another one just to always keep new stuff coming in. And then we had a carpenter that we know actually custom build us this rock stand to be able to hold basically every rock we had access to at the time. We probably should have been smart and added a couple to it just for new stuff that comes out. But lots of different rock decor. Everything for freshwater, for saltwater. The Life Rock, which is very popular saltwater one. Again, these all need to be topped up. There's more out back. Some Carib Sea Shelf Rock. Again, base rock. Again, they just need to be topped up. Lots of boxes right here of that stuff. Just waiting sort of to go in. Just a bunch of overstock of sand. I'll show you that over there. Our live rock bin, which we keep very well filtered, even though it is only live rock, just to keep as much, good stuff on the rocks as we can, and as much leaching. Try to get all of that out of the way so that you guys don't have to deal with any of it. Another couple of stands that we had our carpenter build. This is just our gravel wall, which obviously you guys can tell. Lots more decorations up top. These are much bigger decorations, but lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of wood. Every decoration, every substrate you could think of. It kind of goes in sections. We've got mostly all saltwater stuff here, and then about 40% of the way down, it turns into planted stuff. And again, always tons of different planted stuff. Eco-Complete, Fluorite, Tropica stuff. We have got the Seachem Aquasolum. The Tropica stuff is here. We've got soil. and then the 50-pound bags in the bottom. That is the only section that holds them. We got a couple of beta systems here. Not a whole ton of betas in stock right now, but we can hold, because we also have in the back another section that holds up to about 100. So we can hold about 150 to 75 betas at any given time. This is another of the large water bins that we have. This is actual pre-mixed salt water. It is to 1.025. It's Red Sea Coral Pro salt. It's what we actually sell to customers when they want pre-mixed and they don't want to do it themselves. And then again, we have yet another water bin over here of just constantly mixed fresh water. We do this so that anytime something stupid pops up, and unfortunately it does, and we need a lot of water or we have to do a large water change, we have that right there. And then, as you guys know, we've got 4 very large 30 tank plus systems. So this whole section here is all fresh water. There is 2 sections over here. It does loop all the way around. You can kind of see where this wall goes. It goes this way, and then on the other side it goes all the way down. And then on the opposite side of the store, obviously it is the exact same thing, just the opposite way. Same deal. The top tanks are all 20-gallon tanks. The middle tanks are all 40-gallon tanks, and the bottom are all 75. Full disclosure, if I had this to do again, and you guys will hear me make fun of myself for doing stupid stuff all the time, because I do stupid stuff all the time. This is certainly a learning game. You'd think after 10 years it wouldn't be, but it still is. I probably would have went 20 gallons at the top, 20 gallons in the middle, and then 75s at the bottom, or maybe even 40s. It's very rare that we have big enough fish in this store that we need 75-gallon tanks for. Now, when we did it, we knew a lot of the ones that we would bring in are in big numbers, like cichlids. I'm looking at some Venestus right here. I'm looking at some Calvas. I'm looking at some Taiwan reefs. There's a lot of them. There's 30, 40, 50 fish in each one. But when you compare them to the 50 to the 40 to the 75, the 40-gallon longs, they're just as happy in the 40-gallon longs. So we probably should have stuck with that. We didn't. I didn't. But this is what we have. So the top row, like I said, it's all 20 gallons, and then the middle row is all 40s, and the bottom row is all 75s. Again, the joy of doing 20s in the middle would have doubled. It really wouldn't have done anything for my water quality with the amount of water I'd have, with the amount of tanks. It would just give us more space. Like you look at this tank here, it is a 40-gallon tank. It has got 4 random, let me see here, Taiwan reef or 5-color or giraffe or a Fusco. It might be one of each. They're just random fish that have been out of tanks, but there's 4 of them in a 40-gallon tank. And then you look up here and you've got a bunch of baby blue zebra angels. Super nice, super cute. But you've got over 50 of them and they're in a 20-gallon tank and they're doing fine. You got some nice Calvas here. So, like I said, and then you get a tank up here where you got a black ghost knife over in the corner kind of hiding on you. In a full 20-gallon tank, that would be a nice tank to even have something smaller. Some pink fellas here. Pink, I can never pronounce the last name of those guys. And then some sailfin plecos in the bottom. A bunch of jewel cichlids, which we always end up getting dropped off because, as you guys know, they breed so easily. We have a lot of customers that will bring us in. Those guys, we got some green Texas, some really nice blue Joani cichlids. So this is, as you can tell, mostly the cichlid section. And then if you go to this wall, now again, full disclaimer, when I show you these tanks, the first comment you guys are all going to make is, how are you a fish store and you don't have any fish? I agree with you wholeheartedly. We actually just had one of the worst orders, and this doesn't happen. I've actually heard a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, I've heard some other YouTubers make comments on how actually bad saltwater fish will do by being transshipped. Now, what transshipping means is They basically come to us direct from wherever they are natural to. Say Bali, say Indonesia, say Jakarta, wherever they're from there, they come direct to us. That's transshipping. It is a very long flight, especially to us. We are as far away as you can get. For a lot of our suppliers, they will tell us, you know, they have told us many times, we are the farthest it actually takes to get fish. To say that it's a 50% survival rate or something like that is it's just silly. If it was a 50% survival rate, A, we wouldn't survive, and B, we would never do it. And actually, you can put B first, because we just wouldn't do it. There would be no, even if we were doing it only for money, there would be no money. You'd never survive doing it. So you'd have to sell the fish for so much, it just wouldn't work. So, you know, our survival rate with saltwater fish usually floats around 95%. We will lose a couple fish here and there. It happens. Same with the freshwater, and you'll have horrible orders that you will lose more. But it's a rare occurrence when you have a really bad order like we did 2 days ago. Actually, probably the worst order I've had in 10 years. We actually made a video about it, but it was too depressing, and I just deleted it. So, with all that in mind, I'm going to show you guys the very few actually saltwater fish. We have a beautiful saltwater system. Again, we have tons and tons and tons of saltwater tanks. We can store a ton of fish, but fish right now in our area are just tricky to get. So all of our systems, you'll see in a lot of the store, you'll see tape, and it's kind of a silly way to have done it, but it's just very right in your face to show what it is. So each tape represents a different system. So you've got two reds. So this is a system here, and then down here you got 2 greens. That's a system there. So this is from one part of the world. This is from one part of the world. That is from one part of the world. And then the inverts are from another part. Also with the inverts is where we put our captive bred clowns. Easily the healthiest fish that we buy. Shout out Sustainable Aquatics, actually, that's where we get our clowns. Again, we don't even really have a lot of clowns right now. The weather has been really cold here, so we just haven't got any. But we'll top them up this week. But yeah, we don't ever have anything die on them. But all that we put in this for fish is clowns, just to keep everything disease-free and just from them. And then I'm not going to spend too much time. This is Bailey, who is very camera shy and is going to hate that I'm doing this to her. But we'll get right in and we'll make Bailey say hi.
Hi.
It's Bailey's birthday today, guys, so shout out Bailey's birthday. So we've also got, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the quarantine system, guys. I've showed you guys this on a lot of videos, but just as a full store tour. The next time you guys see the after, this is one of the spots that's going to change, so kind of remember what you're looking at here. The next video, you know, in a couple weeks' time is going to be much different, and this whole area is going to be 5 times as nice as it is. And especially when I show you guys how we actually have it running, it will be a much better spot. So that's basically it. This is our bagging center. You know, 50,000 bags in stock at any given time. A lot of just store use food that we use. A couple of our suppliers are actually good, and every couple months they throw us a big bag of food, which is helpful, because that tank does basically come to bankrupt us. And then if you look over, this is just a very rare sighting, an actual Hawaii yellow tang, beautiful fish. This is a much easier coral tank. Everything that is out of this tank, it's just AI primes on them for lighting, but everything that's in this tank for stuff, it is just very simple to take care of. It's easy when you come in and you're looking for your first coral. Lots of zoas, Duncans, green star polyp, candy cane corals, lots of mushrooms, just really simple stuff. And then we have a tank for just anemones. If you look around here, there will be a whole ton of them. There's probably 15 or 20. That is our large carpet red anemone, gorgeous thing, I really enjoy it. A couple of tube anemones. And then on this section, it's all just, this is just basic fresh water. Yeah, some salt too, but basic just colored gravel and all that sort of thing. Just sort of an overview from this side. And then that wall again is just another section of all of our dry goods, lots of fake plants, all the heaters and everything are back here, all the light bulbs and all that sort of thing. So guys, if you stuck around for that whole 30 minutes, that took a lot longer than I expected it to. God love yous, thank you. If you like that video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit the notification so you can find out the next time we do the video. That will actually show you the updated version. The updated version, I'm not going to go through everything, I'm just going to show you the updates. Very good. We'll see you in the next one. See you.